Hey everyone, Kakuranger is here. Alright, what is up, Soda Population? As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and today we've got some Sentai news for you. Specifically, we have some Dai Denzin news that came on out this weekend, which was the last news to hit, as well as the Shodo Super Kakuranger stuff, the thing that I'm sure you are here for, I'm excited by, so let's just dive into it. Do you remember that blog we got for Denjiman that had this at the end? Yeah, obviously, to basically all Sentai fans, this was teasing Kakuranger, and it is finally here. These figures look amazing, and right off the top, they did want to note that, like, hey, this is coming out, or the pre-orders are going up today, Tuesday, September 13th at 1 p.m. in Japan. So these are going up for pre-order on Premium Bandai at that time. Actually today, because this is when this video is being posted. So at this point, you could probably go to Collectibles or a place of your choosing to pre-order this item, hopefully a middleman of your choosing. In Japan, it's going to retail for 4,500 yen or 9,350 yen, including tax. Shipping and handling is not included in that, but this will come out in March 2023. So keep all that in mind when you're placing your pre-orders and doing all that stuff. But yeah, so without further ado, let's take a look at the figures in this set. First up is our Red Ranger. He is sporting his specially posed hands, and we're going to be seeing a lot of those in this coming blog, because I do believe they mentioned that this is the most they've ever put into a set. Anyway, we also have Ninja White here. She's looking great. I believe the only female mold in this batch, and she comes with the skirt that basically all the other female rangers have had before, so it's not going to impede motion. It is made of PVC. It is going to get out of the way. I don't know, it works. It's been working, and I'm glad to see it continue here. Next up is Ninja Yellow. He has another set of specifically posed hands, just, you know, for this muscular looking pose. What I do want to mention here is that they aren't upgrading these Shodo base figures like they are with Shodo Kamen Rider, because Shodo Double Cross's Kamen Rider line has movable toes, and it would be cool and it would be helpful for this pose if they had that option here, but I can understand why. It's nice to have uniformity between this and basically every other Shodo Super figure. Anyway, tangent aside, here's me. That's not right. That's not the right button. Here is Blue, Ninja Blue. He's looking pretty good, as well as Ninja Black Jiraiya. Fantastic, fantastic figures. Altogether, these are the Kakurangers, and they look very, very good. Throughout this, I guess, sort of expose on these figures, you've seen them with their weapons just hanging out, so let's take a closer look at those. Here is White modeling their main sword, and it looks pretty decent. What we're getting in terms of sword options is a sword with scabbard, so a fully sheathed sword, just the sword itself, and the scabbard. A strange and unfortunate thing about the sword itself is that if you notice, if you look a little closer, there's a serial number on there. I don't know if... No, is that not a serial number? Oh my god, I've been looking at that as a serial number this whole time. I believe those are actually the symbols on their foreheads. So that really turned around for me. I thought that was a knock against it. That's actually amazing. Oh my god. Also, stickers galore. That's just how it's gonna happen. I'm not too sure I like the wraparound stuff, but you do what you gotta do. Next up, we have their, I guess, shared weapon. I believe this is the Kakuranger. So you are getting multiple versions of this and multiple parts to just sort of combine with this item. You're getting the dagger, the gun mode, the entirely holstered mode, and then the holster mode with half of the, I believe, the gun tip in it. and then just a completely blank holster for any situation. This is perfect for any Kakuranger situation that you may have. Each figure will come with their own, so it's not like you have to share this with any of them. They will all have their own separate one, and that's just something that Shodo Super does for you. Anyways, next up, we have Ninja Black here modeling the special gauntlet, and also there are Shinobi Knuckles. So, do forgive me, I'm not super familiar with Kakuranger, have yet to watch it, but it does seem like Black is getting his own wrist piece, his own separate wrist piece, and I believe that's the special gauntlet, and then all the other individual hands, those are Shinobi Knuckles. The blog doesn't make it too clear, and I tried to look it up on the wiki, which was a little difficult, and it said nothing about the special gauntlet. So if you could let me know more about what the special gauntlet is, and if it is Jiraiya's just gauntlet hanging out there, let me know. I'm very curious. Or if it's just an adapter piece that maybe all of them have in order to incorporate their main weapons, which are hanging out right there on the right. Those can plug in. My personal thinking is that you are swapping in the forearm and then plugging these individual weapons into that, because that's the only thing with a functional peg, and they're only using Jiraiya's to communicate that to us. Maybe each of them will have one, so I'm not 100% sure. I wish I could give you this information, but yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below. I know it says separately 5 Shinobi Knuckles to attach each personal weapon, so I do believe that's the case, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me know in the comments. Next up, we have Red here again, and he has his, I guess, his individual weapon. I wouldn't call it his main weapon, mostly because I haven't seen it before. But it is his individual weapon, and he comes with a version where you can plug them both, or where they are both plugged together. You cannot plug these two items together individually because, you know, it's just separate pieces. Which is great, you know. It gives you plenty of options here. Anyway, next up, we do have this set of, I guess, Shinobi Ninja sort of doing a Jutsu pose. I don't know the terminology, but these are specifically molded. So these aren't 2 hands. This is one molded piece that is molded as 2 hands that you plug into the arm stumps. So that's really neat. Next up is a scroll. So that's very cool. This is great for summoning Zords. And basically, I do believe there's only one. This is another one that's hard to tell for me. I don't know if in the show they each had one, but I would assume that this comes with 5 of them? Let me know in the comments. This one's difficult for me because like they didn't put so much information there for me to extrapolate. I want to believe that there's enough for all of them. Maybe it's just the one. Let me know. But yeah, here are the 2 different versions, so you are getting a rolled up version if you would like to display it that way. And also they took the time and decided, hey, why not do a photo shoot with their Zords? I know I'm going to be saying Zords a lot for all you Sentai purists out there. Sucks to suck. But yeah, these are them with their individual mecha. And they look pretty good so far. I do believe they're getting a re-release of the mecha. If not, I'm, once again, not entirely sure. I hope it is because, you know, it'd be great to have them next to them. But these are definitely not coming with the Shodo Super set. These figures not included. So, anyways, next up, we are continuing the accessory spree by looking at the Kakuranger ball. And I didn't say Kakuranger balls because this isn't technically plural. This is one ball that gets kicked around and changes color depending on who's kicking it, I guess. And they just have them all in one color, or all in each of their own color. So, I mean, it's your toys. You can do what you want. There can be 5 Kakuranger balls. You don't have to play with it as just one. It's up to you. But you have that option for you. The final option you have in this set is the Flame Shinobi Sword, or the Flame Shogun Sword. Yes, I think that was it. If you look toward the tip of the weapon, it does seem like there's some sort of cuts in there. That's just to make the curve work a little better. Do keep in mind that these are preliminary stickers, so they aren't going to look this bad once you get them in hand. If you're able to put a little TLC in there, smooth them out a bit more, you'll probably get a better result than this. But basically, that is it. This is everything you're getting, or a snapshot of everything you're getting, because like I said, the sidearm, the Kaku Dagger? What was it again? Kaku Razor. Oh my god. See, that's a good pun. I really like that one. I should commit it to memory. But the Kaku Razor, you should have 5 of those. So, some of these items you should have just 5 of. They showed off all the hands, though, and this is, like I said, the most hands they've had. Each figure seems to have their own individual posed hand, like, for their specific pose. So, keep that in mind. And I believe that was it for the Kakuranger blog so far. I don't know if we'll be getting any more of these before it releases. I sure hope we do. But they did mention that, hey, have you noticed that Shoto Super is kind of popping off? That's because you guys keep buying them. We keep buying them. So, if you want more of these, keep buying more of these and buy these Kakuranger ones. These are fantastic. I cannot wait to have these in hand. The accessories, man, are just so comprehensive. So that was the Shoto Super team, but the mini plot team didn't want to be outdone quite yet. So they threw us a bone, gave us this little teaser of what's to come. Maybe next week, maybe not. I don't know, because, you know, the Sentai blog is a little spotty when it comes to releases. So we'll see when this silhouette comes to fruition. But they're not the only ones that need to show off, because the SMP blog went up for Dai Denzin. Now, if you are only here for the Kakuranger stuff, there is some Kakuranger teasers at the end, so definitely stick around. But there are some important things to note about this guy. This is the first in-hand look at him, and they decided to give us this wonderful transformation sequence, and it looks so good. I love it when they do this sort of stuff. It looks so good when you get to overlay it all like that. So here he is, and if you've been keeping up with the blog, you know that something might be different about this guy. When they revealed this figure initially, they got a lot of criticisms about the D on his chest. Now, they basically said that once they show you that prototype image, the one that we got a long time ago, once they show that to you, that should mostly be it. They don't want to make any changes after that. But they got so many criticisms, and they knew that this was important to basically all of the users. So what they did was they actually made a huge change, or I guess not a huge change, but they did make a significant change to this figure. If you notice, the D on the left is not as embossed as the D on the right. It is a lot thicker. The lines are a lot thicker. It's a lot more pronounced now. Here it is on the side, so you could get a look of that big D hanging out on that chest. So yeah, they just wanted to say, hey, we heard you, we did make changes. They are past the point where they typically are able to make changes, but they knew you wanted it, so they did it anyway. And that's, I absolutely commend them. That's amazing. Like, they actually care about their fans. They hear the criticism, things change, everyone gets this figure across the board. No one's left with like a stray incorrect figure. Wonder who I could be talking about. They also wanted to show off the sword. It looks fantastic. You can set up an electronic full moon slash, and just the amount of poses you can get this guy in. And this is just, you know, a preliminary sample, so probably not the same plastic we'll be getting if you order this, but it looks really good. It articulates very well and moves very naturally. Like, this is a very good pose. The next thing they wanted to take a look at was the Denji ball. And if you notice, it has a chain. And this is something that they've been doing for a little bit. There are a few releases that have this chain, specifically so you can get like these very nice like flowy poses out of it. Gao Muscle is one of them. I think Sun Vulcan's Full Vulcan might have a chain. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but they did mention it in the blog, so I'm throwing it in here. And also, did you notice? His hand is actually sort of holding it. Like, there is a way it's locked in there. So what they did was they put a notch into this hand so that it could easily slot in, and I don't know how difficult it is to see, but it's like at the bottom of that palm. Make sure to take a closer look at that, because that's where it's sort of like locked into. So yeah, they just wanted to show that off, tell you guys that, hey, they heard you, we made improvements, and also here are some cool things. And that's basically it for this guy, but that's not it for this blog, because like I said, there's some Kakuranger stuff in there. They revealed a silhouette for this guy. So, in my mind, this to me looks like an SMP release of, oh shoot. I'm gonna try to say the English name, and I don't know if it's right. Ninjor? Is it the blue guy? You know him. But basically, I think this is the SMP version, the one that's potentially going to transform. I don't think this is going to be the Shoto release, but I do also think we will get a Shoto release eventually. What gives it away for me is the sort of big fists and how the fists are sort of connected to the arms, and then the feet. The feet don't have like a natural looking connection. Those look like mecha feet to me. But that's just me. That's my analysis. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think this is. If it's Soto. No, not Soto. If you think it is Shoto Super, or if you think it is an SMP release. Anyways, that is it, I believe, for these guys. And that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the Sentai news I have. Tomorrow I'll be putting up a video of the Kamen Rider news, but before then, there's a Kamen Rider video that I did last week that you should probably watch before watching next week's video, so take a look at that. It should be on this screen, right here. I'm not sure. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep it. I'll see you next time.